Agents in Washington say they're beefing up security for Inauguration Day, so much that they've even closed down areas of the National Mall. NTD's Miguel Moreno has more.
We're less than a week away from Inauguration Day, but the Capitol venue is starting to look more like a military operation than a ceremonial event. According to Washington police, tens of thousands of National Guard members are expected to be there. Tall barbed wire fence surrounds federal buildings, and some areas have been closed off to the public. Now, the National Mall.
So as of this morning, the Secretary of the Interior has officially closed the areas in the National Mall. That includes, again, the core area and the locations that the mayor mentioned before.
Superintendent Jeff Reinbold says these areas will be closed at least until the 21st. Officials say these security measures are to defend against potential attacks like the Capitol breach that happened last week. Washington Mayor Muriel Bowser asked people to stay home.
I want to reiterate my request to Americans to enjoy this 59th inauguration of the President of the United States and the Vice President of the United States from home. Enjoy it virtually on January 20th.
But there will be 2 protest-friendly locations. That's according to Reinbold, who says only people who applied will be allowed into those areas, limited to 100 people. A Secret Service agent says cars entering a red zone closer to the Capitol will be checked. Miguel Moreno, NTD News.
D.C. Under guard. Military. Barricades. Razor wire. For an inauguration that no one will attend? Right before Biden rolling out FEMA plans? Scary.
President-elect Joe Biden lays out his plan to administer CCP virus vaccines to Americans. Biden's goal is to vaccinate 100 million people by the end of his first 100 days in office. NTD's Kevin Hogan has more.
First, we will immediately work with states to open up vaccinations to more priority groups. The process of establishing priority groups is driven by science, but the problem is the implementation has been too rigid and confusing.
In his first 100 days, Biden pledges to have federally supported centers in place across the country to administer the vaccine.
That's why we're going to harness the full resources of the federal government to establish thousands of community vaccination centers. On my first day in office, I'll instruct the Federal Emergency Management Agency, FEMA, to begin setting up the first of these centers. By the end of our first month in office, we will have 100 federally supported centers across the nation that will ultimately vaccinate millions of people.
By the end of his first month in office, he plans to have mobile clinics partner with local doctors to service small towns and rural communities. According to the CDC, over 31 million vaccine doses have been distributed, while only 12 million people have received their first dose. Kevin Hogan, NTD News.